As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
And we are back.
We're back.
Yes,
We are back. We are back.
What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. It is August 21st, 2018, and we are in the Pacific Northwest, and this is the PacX podcast.
Podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We are with you, and you are with us. And unfortunately, I have to say once again, I'm so sorry, but Austin Davis is not with us.
He is not here this week.
He's not here again. He actually went back out into the wild.
Into the wilderness.
Yeah, he's back out in the wilderness again. I'm just kidding. I actually think he went to a wedding or something, but he will be back with our next episode. But this is episode 17. And it's actually August 21st right now, but you'll be hearing this on August 22nd. So it's August 22nd.
22nd.
Let's roll with that. But I do have a very special guest with us who was here last time on the last episode. He's back, and his name is Jake Hohbein.
Hello. How we doing today, Lloyd?
I'm doing good, sir.
Doing good.
So,
ready for some talk today?
I
am ready
so
to get.
ready.
I am ready to get.
I am so ready.
I'm ready.
Dude, I got some bullshit to talk
I
about.
love bullshit. I mean, not real bullshit.
Well,
Sorry.
we can talk about the bullshit. Well, actually, we're going to be bullshitting this whole time.
Perfect.
But first of all, I would just like to say thank you to the listeners out there. Thank you. Really, thank you. You've been making this fun. Like Austin said on the last episode, we'd be doing this anyways. But the fact that you're listening and you're tuning in, I appreciate it so much.
We do appreciate it.
A whole bunch. And so I would like to share with you, I've been bragging, I've been talking about, where we've been doing with downloads and all sorts of stuff with feed hits. But since we've been on the Google, things have been going good. So you can download us on the Google Play Music or on CastBox or Podbean. Gosh, there's quite some other ones. But I do want to say, check us out on the website, PacXpodcast.com. That is the base website where you can get all the stuff, anything that you need, that you want to know or you want to go find in PacX. It's at the website, PacXpodcast.com. We got a photo gallery in there. It's where you can also contact us and go download episodes or just go browse them and look at the previous ones. So, anyways. Moving forward. Let's talk about the obvious, dude. So we're in here in the Pacific Northwest, and I think most of the United States is actually seeing, feeling, and breathing this. But fuck, you can probably even tell my voice is even a little raspy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
The smoke.
It's crazy, man. It's what is that on the index, right? On the air index, air quality index, they have us at a 187 yesterday. And a 181 yesterday, which according to them, anything between 150 and 200, they want you to stay inside because you're gonna feel something. You might feel some effects later on.
So is it? So between 150 and 200. So what about after 200?
So after 200, it gets even worse. They really want you to stay inside. Like you can spend a little time outside. That 150 to 200 is what I was reading. But
so what is this a measurement of again? The 200.
I just saw air quality index. I really didn't, if I'm going to be honest.
So
I didn't look
the numbers,
too much into
though,
it.
Regardless, the science comes down to the numbers. 150 to 200, that's bad.
Was unhealthy.
You don't want that, and we are at 180.
And we are at 180, and that's where we've been sitting. Actually, we had the last thing I read this morning was in Seattle. They had the worst air in the world today.
I heard that too.
In the world.
So
Seattle.
So on August 21st,
that's crazy to me.
The worst air quality happened in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
I mean, that's taken in Shanghai, Hong Kong, Tokyo. I mean, you're talking cities that are much bigger than Seattle.
Fuck.
Like it blew my mind.
PNW, what's going on, man? Dude, I looked at a map and it was the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
And the map, the body was blackened out, and every red dot was where a fire was.
Damn.
And it looked fucking nuts, dude. You could see, so it looked like there was definitely some in the northern central part of Washington. So not the center center of Washington,
Right.
north, and then Canada, just all on the fucking western
and then,
side.
and then obviously
on the
Northern
coast.
California too. And
Not
then
to mention
that's not even the stuff we're getting most of. We're
And
getting
then we
most
have
of
the
Canada
fucking
and
drought going on and shit. Man, we got some stuff to talk about.
heat wave.
Man, but it is sad. It sucks. It's
It does
weird.
suck.
It's fucking. It's a little scary. It's always exciting when history is made, I guess, and I guess that's history being made. But then you look at what's the repercussion of it.
Right.
It's like fuck.
I mean,
maybe we're not seeing that repercussion yet.
It's just been weird. Like even on my way here, right? I saw a dude driving with the doctor's mask on, driving
Really?
with it on, and I'm like, why? Then why are you? You're in your car.
Yeah.
Like roll your windows up.
I mean,
One,
imagine,
but
dude. I know
it was
tons
just
of
I didn't
peop-
know what to say. I was just one of those like, this is the world we're living in right now.
He could have a
Could have SARS, but I mean,
Well, help me out
I'm
here.
just kidding. Respiratory things. He could have
asthma. Thank
asthma.
you.
Yeah, he
Wow.
could have all these things. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is one of those things. I felt bad for the guy if he has to wear that, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe he's choosing to wear that, and we're just in a place.
Fuck
where,
it. I'm gonna start wearing a mask now.
Well, right. I'm throwing up.
As I take an inhale of a vape.
So
or a
I'm
fucking
going in for my
cigar.
physical doc. I need a few of your masks. Can I borrow those?
Yeah,
Let me get some of those.
Well, I mean, shoot, we're gonna have to see what happens with it. I've been looking into it, and what I've already been reading is they're saying that this is global warming, climate change, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I mean,
But
it's getting hot.
I don't know, man. If they say it's in the world, when was the last time fires have happened this aggressively
all the
on
time.
on this landscape, on this continent?
Right.
Has it always happened like this every year?
And,
Like
I mean,
around this time of the year? I mean, it feels like it, but I mean, if going back to the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, has it really been like this?
not
Do you
not
know?
like this. That's that. At least that's what they're saying, right?
So
People
obviously, our
people have been
presence then
alive.
is causing these fires to happen more. With
Right.
humans, building and
Well, right. So think about it. Like if you really think about it, forests and things always had a way of working themselves out that way. They always had brush fires. There were always little brush fires and things. A lightning would strike. It would clear out.
fire
It would clear out.
get the fire truck over here. We
Right.
have engine 41, 43, and 62.
Yeah, but like you'd always have some sort of brush fire that would help take part of the forest out. Well, then humans started building houses and things in those areas. Right? We started pushing the forest back further and further.
I said
And so-
building. I'm sorry, I said building earlier too, and you said building and things.
Building
and
and
I feel like
things.
there's so many other words I could choose. I'm like, they're building
building
stuff.
shit.
Fucking McDonald's, dude.
Everything, right? I mean, just anything though. Like they're just building stuff.
GNC.
So we push everything back so the forest can't clear themselves out, right? So
Right.
So then we get these little fires and we save them all the time. We fix them. But then they got to take care of themselves somehow with a massive fire. That's what it feels like. But it's every year
Fucking
now, and you
crazy,
feel
man.
horrible for people.
I do. It's sad.
I do
it's
too.
So effing sad, dude.
And you never know.
It's not even. It's I feel bad for people. Yes, I always feel bad. You hear something negative in the news, something happening to innocent people. It's always sad. But
Always,
dude, and I've said this on the podcast before, but when I went to Wenatchee National Forest, when we were out there, we were about 3 hours, and we were driving in the dark, so we couldn't really
Right.
see what was around us.
Right.
Well, we ended up getting stuck in the snow. We ended up camping outside, a couple feet from the truck for about a week, and
Classic.
then going back. Well, on the way back, it was finally light out. We hadn't seen what we have driven through before.
Right.
We were out in the middle of the thick,
The
out
thick.
in the middle of the wilderness. We were
Yeah,
out
and
there, dude.
squatch.
Fucking Chris McCandlessing our ass out there, fucking burning our shit, for fucking warmth. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. But
right.
I will say,
But basically, right in that realm. I apologize.
yes,
Yes,
no,
yes,
exactly. That's kind of the state
Yes.
that we're in. Well, we're going back and everything. Dude, okay, first of all, from where we were, about maybe 4 miles from where we slept, we went in the direction back. Well, we didn't go exploring that way. We explored farther down the trail. When
Okay.
we turned around and back, about 4 miles in, all of the forest, and I mean all of it,
Right.
burned.
Oh, jeez.
And we kept driving and driving and driving, and all of a sudden we've been driving for an hour and a half, and it's still burned.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I teared up a little bit.
I mean, how can you not?
After being out there for a week, and being there and not having a clue that everything
That
to
hurts.
just 4 miles to the east of where I am now is dead. that explains why there was no bugs.
Right.
There was no animals. There was nothing. We saw cougar tracks, and we saw bear tracks. That was it, dude. There wasn't even a fucking fly. There wasn't a mouse. There wasn't anything. It was kind of pleasant for camping in a sense.
Right, for camping, that's a great experience. You don't have to deal with all that stuff.
Exactly. But then, to an extent, then you're like, hello? You know, I can't fucking pull a Snow White right now and start singing and have everyone, you know, come around me and start dancing and shit. Yeah, you know, but fuck. But anyways, man, the point is that was the story for me that stuck out where I realized the damage of these fucking wildfires.
Right. And
it's fucking sad, dude.
It is. I mean, it's where, you know, we're ramping up into high schools coming back and everything. And there's a lot of these high schools.
Yeah, class of 2000.
Whatever.
19?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it is this year.
Okay.
2019 this year.
Wow.
Right? So, like, a bunch of these kids, football practices, you know, you got cross country going on, tennis going on, and all these sports. They're canceled.
Because you are an educator, right?
Right.
So
I work in education.
So you're updated on this.
So I am updated on this. So
all
I do understand a little of it. But at the same time, you could just go on the websites in WIA and read about some of this stuff, whatever, any of these high school sports. But there's canceling practices, or they're sending kids inside. They don't want them outside in this stuff. Like, that's how weird it, because of these wildfires, they're breathing in so much.
Yeah, it said that. It said a big national or something about some alarm or some. Gosh, help me out here, man.
I don't even
warning.
A national warning. Yeah. Whatever, okay. Yeah. A state of emergency?
State of emergency warning,
makes
something
sense.
like that. Something official about everyone to stay inside.
I mean, it makes sense.
So, anyways, we're up here in the PNW, coughing our fucking lungs out.
Trying to survive.
Maybe we shouldn't have been smoking so much fucking dope. And by that, I mean fucking pot, by the way, too. Anywho. Just kidding. Yeah, so we're up here coughing, and the rest of the world, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this, I hope you have some clear air. But I will not complain.
No.
I will not complain because you know what? We are spoiled up here in the Northwest.
Very spoiled.
Geographically speaking. Spoiled. And, yeah, so I'm not going to complain because the rest of the world, I feel like there's some fucking shitty places, and this place is fucking beautiful, and it's still rocking. I still love it. I'm going to be saying that when I have fucking asthma, dying of lung cancer, when I'm like fucking 42. I already know it, man. I can tell. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. I'm going to be 186.
Anyways, moving forward.
186.
That's what's going on up here in the PNW. Dude, Jake, tell us. What's going on around the world?
Going on around the world? Shoot, there's lots of stuff going on around the world, right? Like, I mean, what do you got? You got all your trials going on, big-time trials going on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You got big-time trials going on.
We got, Mueller and,
we got the Mueller trial going. We got the Manafort trial just finished up.
So tell us about the Manafort trial.
So the Manafort trial, right? At least what it
started. Before you go, it started with some shit talk, right?
Of course, always.
It started with some shit talk. What's his name? Not Mueller.
Who? Cohen?
Yes, Cohen being like.
Oh well, there's the other part, right? That came out within the same hours. Cohen also pled guilty, right, to 8 counts of like tax fraud and all these things, and in his deposition, right, under oath, stated that he used finance from a campaign. This is according to the brief little thing that I read. I didn't check up any more than just this little bit, just to let you guys know. So this could be.
You can feel the shit talkers just fucking.
Yes, you
up.
can. So I just want to let everyone know this is only one story I read, not more than one. But in that story, right, Cohen fessed up and
tweeting with
said,
fury right now, Jake. You better
tweet. That's why I'm tipping. I'm just tapping my toes a little bit, being real, covering my tracks, right? But so he says he's he says he uses campaign finance to pay off somebody for someone running for federal office.
Wait,
he doesn't
so he's
state
using
a
it
name.
to pay off someone who's running for federal office?
No, to pay off someone for someone who is running for federal office.
Pay off someone for someone.
Yeah, who's running for federal office. So he actually never stated the name.
That's genius of him to say, because it's like, oh, well, we can't connect those dots.
Correct, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, instantly everyone goes, oh, there was only one person running for federal office who he worked for. I wonder who that was.
Well, first of all, let's make sure that everyone knows what these 8 counts of whatever mean. I mean, that's kind of like what the headline is. The headline is saying, this person 8 counts. 8 counts, and that's all people are going to fucking carry in their heads is the headline. So let's take the gist of that. What is it, the damage that he did? Well, let's see. He kept a lot of his money overseas. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it could not be touched by taxes.
Couldn't be touched.
So, yeah. He did that, and then he also... Gosh, what else was it?
Is this now? See, are we talking Manafort or Cohen? We're talking
Manafort.
Cohen?
Manafort.
So Manafort, it's for tax fraud and tax evasion.
Tax evasion. And he also did not disclose one of his bank accounts.
Yes, and did not disclose receiving foreign funds.
Yes.
From foreign governments.
Yes, that as well. Yeah,
he was because he received funds from the Ukrainian government. He received funds.
How dare you make money and not tell us about it?
You didn't tell us that.
That's ours to steal into the $3 trillion that went missing.
Right, now that's the thing about the 8 counts, right? The 8 counts had nothing to do with during the 5 months while he was what was that, campaign manager?
Right, campaign. Yeah.
Right, none of it had anything to do with that time, but it had to do with before then.
Okay.
So so we don't tie anything in, so we don't, we get all our ducks in a row here, so to say.
Just so y'all out there don't get too excited now and start tweeting a bunch of shit talk like we're about to be doing now.
Right, like we're stating facts that we know, that we've read.
Right. Which everything we could be told could be bullshit.
And it could be bullshit too, but this is in court documents now that these things are happening.
So right now I'm flipping through our Flipboard.
Watch Doom 3.
At Lloyd Smith 697C. At Lloyd Smith 697C.
697C.
At Lloyd Smith 697C. At Lloyd Smith 697C.
69.7 Charlie.
7-3.
So that is my Flipboard. It's where I have some topics in there where I find stories from around the world and I put them into categories. And yeah, you should check them out if you want to comment on them. Share stories with me. Check out the stories I got going. It's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Or it's not. So fuck you. But anyways, right now I'm going through it, and one thing that stuck out to me first, actually, before we go there, let's let everyone know what we're going to be talking about for the creepy shit. So we're actually going to be taking a
deep dive
back. We're not going into any holes.
Back in time.
Just kidding. We're going into 15 of them. So the first episode, I was with John, and John and I played this game called Fact, Fucked, or Fiction. Yeah, and we took a bunch of conspiracies and we funneled it into one of the 3 categories. And so here are the conspiracies we're going to use this time.
Yeah.
Are you ready? The first one is world oligarchs, fake news, aliens. Jake, can you see the other ones?
I do. I see. Is that Obama?
Obama. Yep.
We got chemtrails up in there.
Yep.
We're gonna talk moon landing.
Flat Earth.
Yeah. Ooh, lizard people.
Dragons. Fucking dragons.
Oh, I can't even read.
Ooh, the Anunnaki.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna talk a little JFK. Just a little bit. We're gonna dive a little bit.
And we'll save that one for last.
Yeah, you gotta save that one. Maybe some fluoride in the water.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the fluoride in the water. Yeah, for sure. The Clinton crime family.
Maybe mention Bigfoot a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of Bigfoot. Dinosaurs.
Yeah, maybe some ghosts. Gotta talk a little ghosts.
And then skinwalkers. You heard about skinwalkers? We talked about skinwalkers a couple episodes ago.
I'm not sure if I talked about skinwalkers. Creepy shit right there.
That's creepy shit.
Shit.
Kind of got my sphincter puckered right now. Yeah. Kind of creepy shit. Anyways, and then the last one.
Finale.
That's right. Can you guess it?
Of course you can. 9. Finish it.
1, 3.
1, 3.
9/11. Yeah. So we're going to talk about 9/11 too. So those are on the topics. We're going to go through it 10 more times, so we remember it all by heart. Just kidding.
I mean, there's many more that we're leaving out, I'm sure, but
of course.
Many more.
But that's why you can tag us at Facebook at PacX Podcast.
PacX Podcast.
Actually, I think it's just at PacX Pod. No, at PacX Podcast. That's what it is. But we are on Instagram at PacX Pod. But go to our website at PacXPodcast.com.
Doc.
I hear an intruder.
Intruder alert.
Wow, we should have kept recording.
We should have kept recording. That was hilarious.
My daughter just ran in here. And yeah, caused a ruckus. That was funny. Anyways,
ruckus. I hear no ruckus.
So, but we're going to go back to going through the Flipboard. That's what we're going to be talking about later. About their national shit. Pretty much, we have, who was it? I heard, fuck, what's his name?
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit, dude.
Who we got?
I'm having a brain fart. Eddie Bravo. I was listening to Eddie. Eddie Bravo was on the Tinfoil Hat podcast. And he was,
Sorry,
he
that's
goes,
a great name for a podcast.
I know, isn't it? Tinfoil.
Anyway,
Eddie Bravo, and he was saying that politics right now reminds him of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually...
I honestly don't watch Game of Thrones, but when I start
God.
looking in... Oh, I know.
Oh.
Crucify me.
No.
Come get me. Come at me.
No, I'm not coming at you for not watching.
I don't watch anything anymore, dude. I don't have time.
I'm not coming at you for not watching. I'm not coming at you at all.
I can just feel it. But
the fact that
as
he
soon
said
as I
that,
start looking into politics, dude, when I start doing it, I feel it. And I'm like, this is like a... And I just start... Yeah.
Well, him saying that, like, I am a Game of Thrones fan. Big time GOT fan. Like, okay. I could tell you every single theory if you wanted to. But...
Whoop-de-doo,
yeah,
Basil.
No, woo, right? Like,
that's,
woohoo!
Basil, that's excellent.
Yeah, I know, right? But either way, it's one of those things, like, him saying that makes a lot of sense. Because really it is. It's all just a battle for power. Is it not? Yeah. Is it not always just about a battle for attention? And I can't talk shit.
It sounds like a sick fucking show.
I mean, it is. But, and you definitely see, you see your sex, you see your murder, you see your backstab.
Count me in!
Oh, yeah,
Sex
and
and murder.
Got it all. It's an HBO show, so it's all unfiltered, right?
All right.
Right. So, but there's also some creepy ass shit on there. So that's why if you're into your creepy shit, which a lot of people are.
Dude, my wife is watching that Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, right.
Have you watched that shit?
I watched the first season, and then, of course, you get into a million different other shows.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Netflix.
That's what happened with
me. Thank you, Netflix, for running into millions of different shows.
I watched the first two seasons or three.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was good. It was interesting, and then
and then you're like,
then it got repetitive.
I need to get into something else.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. But the transition of watching what's her name, Piper, right? Yeah, watching
Piper
transition from good girl into prison.
Very
interesting show. Yeah. Anyways, Netflix. God bless you,
Netflix. Spend an hour and a half looking for something to watch.
We do. We need
every
you.
time.
We need you. Pretty cool. So I have my phone up on the wall with some like casting shit. So I have a Chromecast connected to a projector.
Yeah.
By the way, the value of that is literally $60. Like $30 for the Chromecast, $30 for the projector. Pretty cool. And then I have all of a sudden a fucking 100-inch, I'm just kidding, maybe 80, 90-inch screen TV.
Yep, right on the wall.
And the kids won't be asking for a new TV or bitching about the fucking TV quality now for the next 5-10 years, even though we have the same one I've had since I was 19 years old or something. But it works.
He's such an old man.
It works.
Such an old man.
Well, for TV.
Oh, for TV, I get it, yeah. It's like having a computer that's like 6 years old.
Right, and it's the family TV, man.
Yeah, I know, I get it. Oh, I get it. Hey, don't get me wrong. Up until a few years ago, I saw the TV with the VCR still in the bottom.
That's fucking pimp as fuck.
I loved it. And then, to be honest, had someone over, and she might have broke it. And I won't ever mention a name, but she broke it, and I was crushed.
He's calling you out.
I was crushed.
Whoever you are, he's fucking pissed.
I was absolutely crushed. Like, it had the movie Atlantis in it. I don't know if you remember. Oh, yeah, dude. You want to talk about some theories? Atlantis.
Yeah.
We didn't even throw that on there. Let's throw Atlantis on there.
Atlantis.
Oh, shit.
Atlantis.
But, like, it had that movie on there. Oh, that was one of my movies as a kid right there.
Yeah.
And it was gone forever.
Dude, so I have a couple things.
Go for it.
Okay, so under the space section here, it says scientists thought Steve was a new Aurora. Turns out it isn't. Ooh, so what Steve is, and Jake, you can see on there. So we all know kind of what the Northern Lights looks like, right? This beautiful, illuminating strand of different colors, like between purple and green and blue, up amazing. In the night sky, and it literally looks fake. It looks computer animated. I've never seen it in person, so of course it looks computer animated. Right. Lloyd, of course it does.
Of course.
Yes. But
it's got to be a fake.
You know, I've been fascinated with the idea of seeing it forever. Anyways, the idea though is you can only see these at the North Pole and South Pole.
I mean, basically,
I don't know about South Pole one. Then again, that's an abandoned place that no one except for like Hitler is allowed to go to. But
Jesus,
it's
only -50 all year.
Yeah. You know, but I mean, like literally, like allowed. Oh, so these Northern Lights, you can only see them in the kind of northern hemispheres, but now you can see them in Canada, which I know is in the northern hemisphere, but. Basically, where you can see them in Canada, you haven't been able to see them before. And they're saying it's due to a change in the way that the sun is reflecting somewhere. I don't know, but I want someone to come on here and tell me about it.
I wish I knew.
I would love to learn about it. Jake, fucking save me here. Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about?
I do now. I know what the Northern Lights are, right?
What are we drinking?
We're drinking Super Fuzz. I'm about to go get another one.
Jake's got a men's room. But for those of you who don't know what a men's room is,
men's room. I'm about to go get some Super Fuzz.
Oh yeah. Well, we have Elysian Super Fuzz, but then we have men's room too. Men's room red, which is after the KISW Rock Station 99.9 KISW the Cock. Just kidding, the Rock. Yeah, that. If you are a PNWer, you definitely know what the fuck that is, because that's been around since a lot of people like myself before we were even born. I'm pretty sure. Shit's old.
But they're awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome, and they have a good beer, and that was the first beer I was hooked on when I turned 21. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's something that was just coming out.
You know, I absolutely love. Speaking of them, I loved that beer. How do you not like that beer?
It's fucking good.
Especially when they donate like things to the Fisher House too, which supports veterans, obviously. Anything that donates money to the Fisher House, I'm into.
Boom. Yeah, you know what? Anything that does do that and advertises that, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean it's one of their main things. That's their niche. Is that they people bought enough of their beer, they made a third Fisher House. You know, like that's good. Anything to support veterans and their families.
Right. Fuck yeah, dude.
So anything that helps them out, they do all those things for us.
Let's see what is in the flipboard.
Flipboard.
All right, I'm gonna go to.
Go for it.
Here, I don't know how to navigate this shit. Dude, hold on.
I was like, do we want to talk about the girl? The Iowa student?
Yes. I wanted to find.
I gotta remember her name. I had that story up earlier. Crap.
Anywho. So one story I did know about. Hold on. I seriously just can't navigate this fucking app that I'm like telling you people to follow me. Okay, I got it.
There we go.
Why? So here we go.
There it is.
Dumping world's sexiest weather girl wasn't worth it for this pro gamer.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So apparently this guy is a pro gamer. Okay, and
Good
he
for him.
is dating, I guess, the world's sexiest weather girl.
She's
so
smoking.
they're both, virtually and socially speaking, famous. And yeah, now what happened was he dumped her to pursue his gaming career.
What? So
I say career with a question mark. I don't know.
So wait, he dumped her to like focus on gaming.
Exactly. Now, now. Let's read. The pro gamer who dumped the world's sexiest weather girl to practice video games has lost the Call of Duty League Championship.
Oh, he lost.
Gee, damn it, boy! You lost the Call of Duty Championship again. Now Dad gonna smack you upon the head when you get home now without the damn trophy.
Well,
okay.
I
Douglas Martin, aka Face Sensor, made headlines. Okay, anyways,
I see why they say the headline now. It wasn't worth it for him to dump the hottest girl because he didn't win.
Here's my
That's
take
what they're
on
saying.
It. Yeah, exactly, because he didn't win. Here's my take on it.
If it wasn't right, it wasn't right.
You know what? And forgive my language for talking this way, but pussy is pussy, man.
I mean,
when you have a chance like that, unless like if he's in love, which obviously he was not. Okay?
That's what I mean. Like they it must not have been good for them.
It's something that you can call it. I don't care if it was for him to be. I don't know, be a pool player, poker, whatever kind of gamer in whatever. It is pretty funny that it's Call of Duty. I mean, that's going to be so easy to target, make fun of, but gaming is fucking sick. Gaming gives you a way to fucking put on the fucking Matrix or take off the Matrix, whatever you want to fucking, however you want to look at it. And but then again, That is a beautiful woman.
Today, oh, dude, she's smoking. Don't get me wrong. Like, she is smoking.
Let's not lose our minds for a second. I mean,
to be honest,
what the fuck was he thinking?
Like, for me, now, I would probably give up my career as a gamer to be with her.
Oh.
Like, it'd be that way. Uh-oh.
Hello.
But, at
Hi.
the same time, right,
Hi.
like, I mean, gaming is huge in today's world, right? Like,
Yeah,
the last thing I saw was E-League Gaming. They got it on Spike TV now.
Yeah.
E-League Gaming. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You got your Rocket League. You got Call of Duty. You got Counter-Strike Go.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Ah.
That was a giant sneeze.
Excuse me. Gazuna Hatype me, myself.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I get in these fucking sneezing rants, dude, in the middle of the night, so I think I'm being fucking sneaky, right? Hi. Anyways, so I gotta watch my life. So I think that I'm being sneaky. It's in the middle of the night. I'm like, I'm gonna play some video games.
Yep.
Maybe eat some fucking cereal. Be
Yep.
a boy, you know, and like,
And
play some games. And then
No.
all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, do I hold it in? No, but it would feel good to let it go. Just
Yes,
let it
it
get
would.
out.
Get it out.
And I let it go. And then all of a sudden, again.
Yep.
I'm like, shit.
Every time.
Everyone's got to be awake. All of a sudden, again.
I was gonna
Now
say,
I'm going to wake up the whole damn neighborhood.
I was gonna say, are you at least are you a 2 sneeze or a 3 sneeze person?
Dude, I'm like
Right,
a
that's-
fucking 5'8" sneeze person.
So I had a teacher growing up who said he never trusted a dude, just 3 times. If he sneezed 3 times, that he didn't trust a dude, which always confused me because I would sneeze 3 times.
Dude,
I'm like, you're an asshole.
People look at me like that. Okay, if I do it in public more than 3 times, I have
I'm a 3 times
more
sneezer.
than 3 people look at me weird.
They do.
Like, they look at me like I just fucking shit on their fucking burger that they're eating.
I know, right? And you're like,
I'm not sneezing on your food, and I'm not that guy that's like, ah, like all over the
out in
fucking
open.
counter.
No, it's in my arm or
I usually
in my
pull
shirt.
my shirt
or...
up, yeah. And then I put my face into that
Yeah.
fucking shirt.
No, yeah, no, you should. Which you should
As
do.
I'm sneezing onto the microphone.
But no, like it
Sorry,
doesn't
but
make
that was
sense.
loud.
No, you should do it that way. Like it's just polite.
Yeah, it is polite,
Polite to cover up.
but, you know, who the fuck is polite anymore? Just kidding. A lot of people
I
out there
try to
polite.
be. I try my hardest.
No. Everyone, so they say, but...
Yes, they do.
Well,
But I
that,
do.
That puts us at about, 32 minutes. So we're going to be taking a break.
Short break.
But you are tuning in with the Pacific Experience Podcast. We're giving you our experiences from the Pacific Northwest. I'm your host, Lloyd Smith, and you are with Jake Hohbein. Austin is not here. He'll be here next week. This is episode 17. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be right back after the break. Oh, and stay tuned for all the fucking conspiracies.
The weird shit.
See you soon. And we are back.
Oh, I like that song.
Dude, if I was to go fucking,
my
kill
God.
someone,
Oh my god.
I'd listen to this on the way.
I feel like this is definitely one, like, yeah, if you're in a rage mode, you need to, like, this is your build-up rage right here. Like, oh, yeah.
The guy who showed it to me said that. He's like, I feel like this is what I want to listen to if I'm going to kill someone.
I mean, yeah.
I escaped 2 hours later.
I mean, you get this.
Just
Right,
kidding.
right. Yeah, from that dungeon underground. I get it.
But this is episode 17, and you're back, and we're back.
We're back. 17.
Yeah. And by the way, I want to let everyone know out there, too, the PacX podcast, we are recruiting. So what does that mean? That means if you are looking to join the team, and what we're looking for is people with web designing experience, even marketing, advertising, or even research. Any type of design, or with even engineering, or even equipment, recording, you name it.
You name
Whatever it is. Hey, if you think you got something you can bring to the team, please reach out. Go to the website at PacXpodcast.com. PacXpodcast.com. But we're on episode 17 and we got some weird shit to
Got
get
the
into.
weird.
We do. So stay tuned and listen in, folks. We've got...
Anytime you want to get weird.
Dude.
Yeah, we're always down to get
we
weird.
always get... I feel like we always get so weird the second half of the episode.
I feel like the first half, though, you have to be like, we got to be... Here we go,
loosey
let's get a little
goosey.
factual.
Get into it.
Yeah, but let's be factual, too, and, like, share the information that you got.
Right.
Like, what we can. Let's talk about it. And then now let's get fucked up.
Yeah.
Have some fun.
Yeah, and then we get fucked up. Yep, you're right. We get factual. We talk about some shit.
Yep, and now...
And then we get
And then nothing
weird.
factual in this part.
Then we talk about the truth, which we realize means all the shit we originally talked about means nothing. Well, you know what? That's what I try to do. I try to stick to the real shit. I mean, it's not like the smoke in the air is fake.
Oh, no.
It's not like the fucking orca carrying the dead calf. That's not fake. So, you know, whatever, that kind of stuff is news, and it is worth hearing. So, yeah. And if there's anything else out there that you know that's going on, folks, send it our way. But we have some conspiracies here that we're going to funnel into a category of fact, which means the conspiracy is true. It's not that... So... It's not that the conspiracy itself is true, it's that it is a conspiracy.
Yes. It's that it is...
It's worth being a conspiracy.
It's worth being a conspiracy and talked about much.
Fucked means we have no fucking clue.
Okay. Yeah, I'm into it.
Which technically...
Most of it... that's good.
Most of this is fine. Anyways, and then we have fiction, which means we know that's some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
We know. We know it is.
Bullshit.
So,
let's do it. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get
I'm
weird.
excited. I'm excited. I'm looking at this list like it's a fucking list of fucking... All right.
I mean,
Here,
let's be real.
so,
Let's be real
Jake-
before we get into it, too. We could talk about all of these things for hours.
We could. I'm kind of just like... I kind of like paused for a second because I didn't know where to start. I feel like we just ran into like a fucking field, and this is fucking Alice... We're fucking Alice in Wonderland right now, and we just found like 15 rabbit holes, and we're like, which one do we go in first?
Let's pick them up. Let's dip our fingers
a
into
patch
this
of
one.
mushrooms, and we're like, which one do we eat first? I feel like that's literally where we just got to right now. And guess what? You're with us, so let's fucking do this.
Let's do it.
Jake, fucking pick one, man. Pick one and start talking. Is it fact?
crap.
Is it fucked? Or is it fiction?
Let's just start with that one, lizard people, right there in the middle.
Right there.
Let's just start right there in the middle.
Lizard. All right, lizard people. What is it?
It's got to be fiction, right? Like,
Do you think it's fiction?
I think it's fiction, right? But I don't know. I mean, there's some. It's just funny when I see
Why?
that video of Rudy Giuliani with the lizard face.
I think it sounds ridiculous too, man.
It's a little too ridiculous
But if
for
you-
me. But
okay, I guess what makes it worth? Let's question then what makes it worth a conversation.
right,
Let's question that. I guess where I started realizing it is when I first went down the rabbit hole of conspiracies, the journey of enlightenment, the search for truth, whatever it may be.
always.
Which, by the way,
This is a never-ending journey.
we don't know shit about anything,
No.
which is the reality of it. To get real, but when I first started, I started with looking into aliens. I started with looking into UFOs. I was fucking fascinated, and I've been fascinated ever since I was a kid. Dude, when I was a kid
Right.
growing up, I was not afraid of scary movies like other kids were, like The Grudge and The fucking Ring. I love those. But you know what movie I had nightmares over and that scared me the most up until I was a fucking adult? Only
Alien.
one movie.
Was it Alien?
No.
Okay.
Signs.
Oh, okay.
Fucking shit my pants,
M. Night
dude.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. But his last name has alien in it, I feel like. Shyamalan.
Right, Shyamalan.
Yeah, it's Shyamalan.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, that fucking scared the fucking.
Well,
ass
okay. Well,
out of me,
let's come back to that. Let's come back to lizard people since you brought up aliens, though. Let's just move right into aliens instead. Like, I think aliens.
Because that's where it comes from.
I think
if
alien-
aliens exist, dude, then I think lizard people exist. Because why not? Are they controlling the government? Are they shape shifting like humans? I don't know about that.
Or are they like Sleazaks in freaking Land of the Lost? right? Like,
could like Bush and like the fucking Skull and Crossbones be just like the group of lizard people that do live on the surface and not underground, and they try to control shit on top, and it's just that group? I don't fucking know. That's
you never know.
Dude, it sounds like some Hogwarts shit, but
it does sound like that. But
I don't fucking know, man.
I mean, with the alien one though, like Alien it's just something from another planet, right? Like for us to say our universe is freaking enormous.
Everyone uses that though to talk about.
I know, ginormous
to justify
it. I know, but it's just,
aliens. The possibility of aliens.
It's hard not to just. It's the biggest one. I mean, it's the easiest one.
Why else do you think they exist other than the unfathomable size, expanding size of our universe, multiverse?
I mean, if you just have you ever seen a UFO? I have.
It was a night sky. So
right.
it was either it was not the International Space
Right.
Station.
Right.
And so it was either a fucking incredible satellite.
Okay.
Or no, it must have only been that. It was either an
Word.
incredible
No.
satellite or a UFO.
Right, and I'm with you on that. Like that's where I was. Like there was one night I was spending at a buddy's house. I'm like, we're like 12 years old. Okay. To be honest, we were out there originally looking through his telescope. He had a new telescope. We were checking out the sky. And we found this weird thing that honestly to me looked like a Simon board. You remember Simon the game? It's got the 4 different colors you had to match up. You had to match up and repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's almost what it looked like in the sky. And we're looking at this. I found this thing, and I'm sitting there going, this can't be a satellite. It's stagnant. It's not moving. It's just hanging out right there. Just chilling. And I kid you not, so we went away from it because we're 12, so we're like, we're going to throw rocks across the field instead. Right?
Right.
So then the story gets a little crazier, and like, let's just say someone shows up that has red and blue lights and decides to question us because someone said that rocks were being thrown at cars. So,
interesting.
Move forward. This guy now says, "What are you guys doing?"
That was.
Yeah, whoever that was with the badge.
Fucking kids.
Gosh darn. So he says, "So what are you guys doing out here?" Hey, we're looking at. We're looking at UFOs.
Damn kids are
right?
hitting my damn truck again.
Right. So we're looking at stuff in the sky, and we found this weird UFO. Swear to God, find it. Cop looks at it. Dude goes, what the hell are you looking at? Like, no idea. Can you tell us? Nope.
Really?
Sweet. Enough said, sir. If he couldn't tell me, which granted, cops and all those people don't necessarily know about satellites and all that.
Right.
But at the time, right, you're 12 going, this dude doesn't know.
No, you're not asking him as a cop at that point.
No, I'm asking him as a
dude. As an adult.
As an adult. Like, what do you know
hey,
about this?
adult person,
yes.
Please tell me what the fuck that is up in the sky.
And he had no idea. And to me, that said, enough said, dude. Like, that's something. Like, you don't see that.
Yeah,
There's no way a satellite stays in one spot like that.
Man, I know all sorts of campfire stories, dude, about fucking UFOs. I mean, it's mind-blowing. And there's so much bullshit out on the internet. It's so hard to really find out what's fact, what's fiction when it comes to the alien and to the UFO thing.
Very true.
But I mean, one documentary I recommend, which really it should be a conspiracy alone in itself, and it's not a conspiracy, and it's a conspiracy to me. And it's the documentary that led me down this fucking journey of enlightenment. And it was the documentary called Unacknowledged.
Okay.
Made by Dr. Stephen Greer on Netflix.
Interesting.
It was the #1 viewed documentary on Netflix for quite some time.
Interesting.
During that time, aliens were the second most researched thing on the internet, right after porn, in the world. So this was real shit, man.
I mean, everything's
at least
porn, right?
this right, exactly.
Sorry, everything's
at least
porn.
this documentary was real shit. Okay, now
right.
Go watch it. Fucking make a decision yourself. So I watched it. I fucking latched onto it, dude, and boom, I was
fucking gone.
You got you by the.
Yeah, man, I was already weird like that, man. I was already only watching documentaries before watching TV shows
but that's
and shit, and you're already kind of looking into conspiracies, you know, watching a pyramid documentary on Netflix. But then I came across this and was like, dude, when I first saw it, I didn't watch it, and I was like, no, because I know I'm gonna get into that. I knew that a rabbit hole. I knew that I was going to.
You would open up that wormhole
if I liked it. If it wasn't stupid. Now there's some shit out there like National Geographic made a documentary on it, and they go out in the middle of nowhere and they're like, "Here's where a UFO sighting was, where Roswell was,
right.
where the crash of Roswell was," and then they go to some fucking one-tooth hickbilly like, "Hey, what do you think of UFOs? She's like, well, I reckon that they're up there all right. I see them pretty frequently. Regardless
they put something in my butt. Yeah, I'm sure. Like normal.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then, pretty much,
it's always an anal probe.
I began to starting to realize the BS and then like the real when it came to tracking the UFO thing.
Right.
But going down deeper rabbit holes, I've come to realize that like anything and everything could be fucking made up.
Oh yeah.
It's down at that. It's that point with me.
For me, it's Stonehenge, as well.
That's fascinating.
Stonehenge,
yeah.
Like, so there's a lot of people that there's a lot more research coming out about Stonehenge these days, right? But like, for them to have moved these massive rocks miles and miles and miles, like by themselves, they didn't do it. There had to be help. To me, like, and then with the pyramids too, like there almost had to be help.
I think it was sound. I think sound is a hidden fucking
sound
element of use to this planet, and I think that the technology and discoveries of it are being suppressed.
Well, right, that's the thing about humans,
if I'm
right?
so bold to say.
Like, there's no, I'm not. I'm with you. Like, that's the thing about humans, right? We can do some amazing shit.
Very, very, very amazing.
It's just most of us don't know we can do that amazing shit until we
numb
have
out
to do
and
it.
Dumb out with
until it's forced.
All this shit.
Right? You ever? I mean, like, I'm sure everyone's had an incredible feat of strength. Like, there's the story of the mother lifting the car out for her baby. There's
absolutely, the story of the mother ripping the seatbelt, ripping a seatbelt.
Ripping, not just.
Still don't believe it, but people testify to it, and the story makes sense. So it's like, all right,
crazy. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like amazing feats of anything.
Yeah,
that's just human nature. We talked about it last week. Deja vu, right? Like predict. Oh, you're almost predicting the future, or are you? Or is it a memory that you've seen before, or are you predicting the future in your mind?
I think we're special.
That ability?
I think we're special to other. Okay, first of all, we'll get back on track. Aliens,
yeah, get back on track. Whoa,
aliens
is a factor.
Fact
in terms of it's a conspiracy.
Definitely a fact in terms of it's conspiracy. I also think they are real. I think that we are. I think they're very real. I think that what we know about them is BS. I think the abductions are very, very real. I think that the some alien force making an agreement with the United States government anywhere from the 1930s to the 50s, being allowed to abduct a certain amount of people, I think is totally real. The amount of abductions that have happened, and my guess is that they probably went over the amount that they were allowed to. I think aliens being involved with Hitler's reign, I think is totally, totally real. I think Hitler and the United States both racing to create UFOs. The UFO flying saucer and the space race was really about building a flying saucer. I think all that was real. Now, little green men from whatever, all the shit that's on TV now, and even in documentaries, even on YouTube, man, everywhere. It just seems so much bullshit. It just looks ridiculous. But that documentary led me into this rabbit hole. But what tied me back to it now, we have aliens under here as fact. It's a fact. It's conspiracy. But the Clinton crime family, Dr. Stephen Greer. Okay, this guy. I'm wondering. He starts telling a story of other people who have done what he's done, who've tried to bring it to the government. Right. Dr. Stephen Greer had a hearing with over 8 fucking very, very, very credible people from the United States government and military who all testified to the alien thing and are like, this needs to happen. This was the most watched hearing in history.
With aliens, I'm with you on it. Like it's got to be
2010.
There's too many signs that say like they're here or they've been here. Or
exactly.
They've hung out or whatever it is. I mean, you can't explain how
can't
many things can
ignore
you
all the
not
shit out there
explain.
saying
Yeah, you just can't ignore it.
There's unexplainable things out there, and they're everywhere pointing to.
And so do we just say, hey, okay, we're okay with it being unexplained? No.
That's exactly my point.
No, I'm not. I'm not okay with that. I want to know more, and so this is where it is.
So now, where I think the Clinton crime family comes in with this is. Yeah, and I'm saying the Clinton crime family. Why? Because they've had a ridiculous amount of people that have been murdered, and they have had ties with the cases of the murders. At least 7 of their bodyguards have been killed. Ridiculous stuff. But what? Before I lose my point,
I'm fucked on that one, to be honest. I don't know that one as much.
Well, Cool.
much.
We're gonna learn. Dr. Stephen Greer, who made this whole thing, all right, unacknowledged, has a very close relationship with the Clintons. Right there.
Well, so
I'm
does
like, and he talks about how he had a meeting with President Clinton.
Right. Well,
or no, I don't think he actually had he didn't have the meeting with President Clinton. He had the meeting with someone who was as high up as he could get to, who came to his house for dinner and said, "Oh, well, we don't want him to end up like JFK. Clinton agrees with you. He wants to disclose this.
Well, and there
but
you go.
we can't do it because the people, we can't let this. JFK wanted to do it.
Right.
There's guys testifying about JFK talking about it, and the fucking plane, the pilot talking about it, the guy who poured his tea talking about JFK talking about it.
Oh,
And they're talking with their faces covered. But
and then there you go with JFK too,
exactly bringing in JFK.
Yeah.
But he is tied to the Clintons. I don't trust the Clintons one bit. Okay, now I'm wondering, why is this guy finally making it big? Is it because he got the documentary on Netflix? Yes, he does ask for donations.
Right.
He has the group called CSETI, all sorts of crazy stuff. But it's tied to the Clintons, man. And to me, that means it's like,
Well, so does that tie in someone who's in power right now, who donated to the Clintons for years?
Yeah.
Before he decided, I'm going to go the other way.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I hate to say that.
No, you're right. You're absolutely
He
fucking
donated
right.
for years and years and years.
The Clintons! No,
The
dude,
Clintons.
The Clintons, there could be a picture of Hillary eating a fucking apple, and I'm like, great. Never eating an apple again. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It can't be that bad.
All right, man. I will shut the fuck up, everyone. I'm sorry. I will shut up with the whole alien thing.
So with that, I would say I am fucked on that because I don't know enough about it with the
Clinton crime family.
Yeah, because on that side, I understand the thought process on that side, but then you have the whole Pizzagate thing that turned out not to be true.
Pedagate,
right, or whatever. Right.
Excuse me. PETA.
Yeah.
Pedagate.
Yeah. So that's where I'm fucked. One side's there's some false, and then there's some truth, and then so that's where I was like,
Clinton,
I'm fucked on that one. But
Clinton crime rate. Let's
you
look
go.
The overall crime rate in Clinton. Oh, Clinton, Washington.
Oh, that was for when he was Clinton, Washington. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't need that. You said the Clinton crime. Oh shit. No, but I was gonna say. But see, that tied in. You tied in the next thing, with the JFK stuff. We can get into JFK all hard.
Yeah,
we can get into lots of JFK stuff.
Yeah, we could. So, anyways, so far we only have aliens.
We really only have aliens. We need to move a little quicker.
Yeah, we'll move quicker. Sorry,
let's go.
I definitely.
Well, okay, let's grab Flat Earth.
Hold on.
Or whatever
we
you
gotta
want.
We gotta go back and grab
go,
the.
do it.
What was it we originally picked? What was it? The lizard people.
Lizard people.
Where is it?
Up.
Lizard people. Okay. So, lizard people, I'm gonna put under fucked.
Yes,
because if aliens exist, they very
could,
much so exist.
But
look at the dinosaurs. Let's grab that one. So dinosaurs. Okay.
Dinosaurs. Grab dinosaurs.
Do you think dinosaurs are real?
Dinosaurs are real. They were
really?
real.
How do you know?
Fossils.
How do you know?
I just say fossils.
But what about fossils?
I don't know. We are told. Now, here's the thing about fossils, though, that's funny too. Is so when they find fossils. Who's to say that was the one dinosaur? They didn't find a complete dinosaur. So some of those dinosaurs they've thrown together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's there is a little shakiness on
I
there.
think there was bones that belonged to a bird type or reptilian type big giant creatures.
But that's why I'm okay with it being dinosaurs and us just categorizing it that way.
Yes.
Right?
I don't
because
think that anything we know about it, T-Rex, Velociraptor.
I think as humans have progressed and evolved, right, we've become the dominant species. And so all these other species have subsided. Mm-hmm. So your evidence is gators, like alligators and crocodiles and shit like that, and snakes and birds. And that's your evidence that there was something way before. Like the evolution of those species. You still have freaking 50-foot gators walking around or 40-foot gators walking around. I ain't into that. You got sharks that are 30 feet long, 40 feet long. So there's evidence of dinosaurs. I'm with you. I think that's a fact.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
In terms of the conspiracy, right?
It is. It's a conspiracy. You're right. It is a conspiracy. So we have to have I guess we should have a fourth category called true, where it doesn't belong in any of these.
Okay, you're right. So let's just leave that one off then, leave it in the true, so to say. I think that's there's no hands down, that's there by itself.
Yeah, fuck the other category. You know what? We gotta do
Fuck
it.
it. Yeah,
we
we're
can't
just doing the other
change
stuff.
the fucking game as we go.
Just put it in fact.
We're putting dinosaurs under fact. That is a conspiracy because you know what? I fucking love Jurassic Park. I love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. But there's so much shit that doesn't make sense, dude. As a kid, I was like, "What? Comets hit the Earth and they all died."
That's
and
the
then
one
we
that.
came out
That's
of nowhere?
what gets me.
What?
That's the one that gets me.
We came
is the
from
comet.
monkeys. What? Just some fucking weird shit, dude. I'm not calling it stupid. I don't know. I'm not the guy that is. I don't have the answers. All I do know is that growing up, what the fuck we're told does not make any sense at all.
Who's to say that when humans came around, they didn't see dinosaurs and just like, you know what, we need to poison all these motherfuckers?
That could have been it.
Like, cause like they're gonna kill us one day.
Yeah.
You know, well, and to be honest, like T-Rex were always pissed off. Like they got those tiny arms, can't do a certain thing.
Dude, I bet you I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Lizard people, man. Like, and then you look at the Egyptian fucking carvings of all the bird type guys with the crowns and shit. I mean, what if these lizard people,
right?
And there's people who say giants exist. Giants could be on this fucking list. Do giants used to exist?
Giant
you know,
Slayer.
what if they were just giant lizard people that were aliens, dude? What? What if they're intelligent and they're just lizard people?
That's what, I know, right? But that's the thing about like
that makes more sense to me than what I learned in school.
Well, right.
To me, that makes more sense, but that's probably not even the case.
I
don't know.
You're
what
not even really. You're not taught
talking
everything you
about?
want to know in school anyway, though, right? Like you're just not.
Getting all worked up.
Yeah, you are. All right,
It's hot in here.
let's pick another one. We gotta get into it.
Let's see what else do we
throw 'em on
got. Pick one, man.
Right there, you're highlighted on it. Let's just go there.
Ooh, we want to go there?
Yeah, let's go there.
Vatican crimes?
Let's go there because I'm hot. I'm hot on that topic right now.
What do you think, man?
I think it's a fact that they are definitely have tons of crimes.
Yeah.
And there's more evidence of it with the 300 priests, over 1,000 people in Pennsylvania, you know, just a week or two ago coming out. Like 300 priests? Are you kidding me? 300?
That's insane.
300? Just in Pennsylvania?
300.
Just in Pennsylvania. That's not even like the rest of the country. That's just in Pennsylvania. You're telling me that the Vatican didn't cover up tons of that shit? Bullshit. They helped with all that shit. 300 priests. Over 1,000 victims in Pennsylvania alone.
Holy
That's what I mean.
Shit, dude.
Pennsylvania alone.
Going
this
on?
is not like there's no this is fact. Like
Dude,
this,
okay,
the DA
but when
brought this.
300, when a group of 300 people do anything,
yeah. So
like,
yeah.
Why? So if there's 300 of them,
300,
are they getting brainwashed when they become
a
priest, or do you have to be sick in the head first and then join them? Like, dude, that's got to be some. That's what I'm talking about. Pedogate shit, dude. We don't need to go there, dude. But the shit that Alex Jones was shut down, man.
With
the Pizzagate shit, like the fucking child abductions, dude. That's
with the
that's
Vatican,
some fucking
though.
Bizarre shit.
But with
dude.
the Vatican and Catholic Church, though, like you can't say no to that. Like it's hard not to. There's so much evidence with it, and with them covering it up.
What do you mean say no to it?
Well, you can't say no that it's not real with the Vatican. At
right.
least, like people being in power and in the Catholic Church and everything, and
why
covering
though,
that
dude?
up.
I don't get that. Like how
it became a safe haven, right? Like maybe that's the thing. Did those pedophiles were they priests and then became pedophiles, or were they pedophiles and then were like, oh look at the Catholic Church helps us out, so let's become priests, so we can molest boys.
See, that's believable.
And that's what a lot of people say. That's what people do. Like pedophiles do, right? They find places that'll protect them and help them stay in power.
That's why you hear of like fucking sport coaches being fucking
like
young,
right? But that's
young teens,
and that's where a lot of people are. That's where a lot of people say, you know, like, oh well, maybe if we just let priests get married, but will that stop it? Like we let football coaches get married. Football coaches.
What do you mean get married?
Well, like. So there's people that are talking like, so let the Catholic priests like start marrying women, like let them have wives.
Oh, okay.
Right. So which makes sense. Get more women. To me, get more women in the church. That would help them out probably. You know, that would help that would help that a lot.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, they're like, oh, let the priests get married. Well, there's a football coach who you know, football coaches are married, coaches are married, dudes are married in other realms other than being a priest, and they still molest boys. Like what? That doesn't stop them. You know, what is that one thing?
Maybe it would be
more to
300 of
It wouldn't be 300.
Maybe
probably.
it would just be 100.
Jesus. Yeah, maybe it'd only be 1/3.
I don't think you can bring light to this, but I think we just kind of did. But anyways, man. So we're gonna have that under fact. So far we got aliens, dinosaurs, and Vatican crimes under fact, and we have lizard people under fucked, and nothing under fiction so far. Let's start from the top. World oligarchs. That's an easy one. That's a fact.
That's fact.
That's how what the world is run by. It's run by the Federal Reserve. Our president in the 1940s signed off. The 1930s, I can't remember, man.
I don't think it was FDR.
Agreed to the Federal Reserve, and there's. I just discovered that I guess there's stories of even the Titanic. There's a lot of people on the Titanic who oppose the Federal Reserve too. The Federal Reserve pretty much allows. Okay, think about it. If everyone went to the bank right now, and they asked to withdraw the money that the bank says that they have in an account for them, would the banks be able to? Well, the Federal Reserve allows them to do so in a worldwide standpoint. Therefore, allows them to fluctuate money into, not congest, but what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever, with money. And that creates the slave system. Yeah, I'm saying a slave system that we are in today, where people are going to work to get gas, or to get food, or to get money for the food and the gas so they can eat, so they can get the gas to go back to work, and they're not living a life.
That's all they do.
And so that's kind of the majority, and that's happening more and more. And the people in the United States are being told pretty much everything but the truth of what's going on around them, and our history is being hidden from us. So that is what I actually feel. And so to talk about world oligarchs are the ones doing that.
Yep.
I don't know who is the enemy. I don't know who we can trust. All I know is that, hey, if that is true and we're in a prison, we're being controlled, we're suppressed, we're slaves, at least we're in a beautiful prison.
Yep.
Because the nature is terrific.
It is pretty nice, I'd say.
It is fucking beautiful. This planet is gorgeous. People aren't that fucking bad. Food's fucking good, whether it's killing me or not. And you know what? I got some good tunes. Hey, dude, if you could ask an alien one question, only one question, what would you ask that alien?
Damn. That's a tough one. How are the alien women? No. Right. Damn.
They probably have 4 different kinds of genders.
Right, that's the thing.
We're working on a third.
That's the thing. We say women, and they're like, what are you talking about? What's a woman? What do you mean? I don't know, man. How's life on your planet? I guess. Like, I would want to know about them. I wouldn't want to ask, like, what do you know about us?
Yeah.
I'd want to know. I'd want to know way too much about them. Like how do you work? Gazoon tight.
Gazoon tight myself. One question though. It was your turn to ask your question, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh snap! All right. What is?
And they're answering questions to other people, but they're communicating telepathically, so you can't hear the answers.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Oh, so this is like like Independence Day style.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into it. Well,
yeah,
I'd be like, how was Will Smith? He's awesome. No, how did you develop telepath? How did you develop that? That's a
I think we are very capable.
I know. Well, we use what percent? What percent of our brain do we use?
Humans. We use like 3 or 8%.
Like 8 to 10 tops, right? Like the best minds in the world have used like 11. What if we used 15? What if we used 20?
Yeah, that's my point.
25, 30.
I think we're very
special. What would happen?
I think we're fast-living creatures because we live so close to a sun, and I think that's why when we think of aliens, we think of like kind of hardened skin, cold,
further away from the sun.
Further away from the sun. It makes fucking sense, dude. Excuse me. It makes sense. The fictional stories of and images of these characters. You can't prove that something doesn't exist. That something does not exist.
Well, have we been fed those images? The green with the big eyes, the big head. Have we been fed those for years because that's what's coming?
Well, no. Where do you hide a conspiracy?
In plain sight.
In plain sight. And you hide a conspiracy in a conspiracy. And
Always.
so that's where Flat Earth, speaking of, is on this list. That's where Flat Earth came from. And when I think about, we talked on the last episode, because people are getting curious about the sky. So you throw that in there and it makes everyone fucking bicker with each other. So we're putting that under fiction.
Yep.
That's
don't care. It's
bullshit.
in fiction. It's bullshit.
We got our first category in fiction.
It is bullshit.
So, Jake, you want to recap what we have in the categories so far?
So far, in fact, we got aliens, we got our dinosaurs, we got our Vatican crimes, and we got our world oligarchs. And fucked, we got lizard people. And in fiction now, we have flat Earth. Because we got to have flat Earth in there.
Yep.
In fiction.
That's right.
I mean, come on. The last argument I heard someone make about flat Earth, too, was like, well, if you take a pencil and you tie a string to another pencil, right, and you hold it flat so it's a straight line, it's a straight line on the horizon, so that means it's flat. I'm like, are you shitting me? That's your argument? Like, good lord.
I just thought of one we have to have on here.
Oh, okay, go for it.
The Matrix reality.
Oh, well, we put that in. Well, just, hey, don't even put it down there. Just put that in. Let's just put that in fact that we believe that that's a conspiracy. Because we've talked about that how many times? How many times have you talked about it on the show? We talked about it last week a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'm starting to talk about it more and more.
If we're talking about it more and more, if some of the world's greatest minds that we agree are the world's greatest minds, the Stephen Hawkings of the world, he just passed away not recently, but if we agree with that, those minds are some of the greatest in the world, and they say you can't rule that out.
Yeah.
I agree with them.
I mean, to me, that makes the most sense out of anything, dude. I mean, the movie The Matrix is believable. And, if I may even share on the show, I am a man of faith, and I'm not afraid to hide that one bit. And I'll say, too, going down these conspiracies, I believe more and more conspiracies. I believe, I'm going down this journey of enlightenment, and it hasn't challenged my faith one bit.
There you go.
I just want to share
That's always good.
I just wanted to share. Dude, pick another one. What else we got? Dude, I'm clogging up in here.
I know, it's starting to get a little warm.
Stuff. It's getting hot in here.
It's starting to get a little warm. Well, let's talk about the one that involves the Pacific Northwest.
Ooh.
Which one do you think?
Wait. Hold on. But beforehand,
go for it.
I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that we take a break. We're going up now on an hour and 7 minutes, about 30 minutes from our last round. So, yeah. Anyways, I gotta go drink something here. I'm all clogged up, but you heard it. We have some other conspiracies to go through and to funnel them into fact, fucked, or fiction. We still have fake news, Obama, chemtrails, Obama's on there. Moon landings, dragons, Anunnaki, JFK, Atlantis, fluoride in the water, the Clinton crime family, Bigfoot, ghosts, skinwalkers, and 9/11. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Pacific Experience Podcast. Check us out at PacXpodcast.com. This is episode 17. You're with Lloyd and Jake on the Pacific Experience Podcast. We'll be with you after the break. It's episode 17. You're listening, and it's August 22nd. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Pacific Experience Podcast, PacXpodcast.com. I'm your host, Lloyd Smith, and we are with...
Jake Hohbein.
Hello. Jake Hohbein, yeah. Jake Hohbein. So, yeah, just took a break. It was nice. Went outside to get some fresh air and coughed! Because of the smoke. Yeah, so it's definitely smoky outside, and we're up here in the PNW. But that doesn't put a damper on our time. Positivity. We have our positive pants on for sure.
Always.
But what we were doing is we were talking about conspiracies, and we're funneling them into one of the three categories of fact, fucked, or fiction. So we have fact. Jake,
fact.
What do we have under fact?
Aliens, dinosaurs, Vatican crimes, world oligarchs, and the Matrix. Really? Is that what it says?
Matrix reality.
I was like, really? I was like, what? Yeah,
Matrix,
really. The Matrix really reality. No, the Matrix reality idea. Which, again, makes a lot of sense.
And then, yeah, it does. We agreed. So we agree that all these things are fact, and what we mean by fact is that we mean that they are a conspiracy. But I also believe that they all exist, too. I think aliens exist. Dinosaurs, I don't think exist. But I think they do exist, but what we've been told about them is not true.
With those 5, it's more of like, they're very highly believable. Yeah. As opposed to some others.
Dinosaurs are like space to me, man. It's like, they obviously exist.
I mean, it's just so
But
there.
I think what we're told must not be the truth. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Under fucked, we have lizard people. Yeah. Under fiction, we have...
Flat Earth. Yeah, just burn.
Yep.
It's not,
Yep.
It's not flat.
Fuck it. I don't think... You know, if the Earth is flat, I want to think it's fucking round. I would rather be lied to and told it's round.
I would too. Like, if it's flat, dude, then that'd just
I'd
be
rather
so
believe
weird.
what I've been told on that case.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
You know, it probably is fucking
flat. Well, let's... Jesus. It's got to be flat because
I'm kidding.
It's got to be flat because the moon landing was fake.
Yeah, okay, let's grab that.
Let's
moon
just
landing.
grab that. I just saw
So, do you think the moon landing was fake?
It's hard to say that it was, to me. But, I mean,
I think it was real.
I think it was real.
I think the version we know is not real. I think they had a backup, and I think we were shown the backup that was recorded by Stanley Kubrick.
We might have easily been... There might have been a plan to, like, what they were doing up on the moon. Were we just going to the moon to be on the moon first?
I think we went to the moon, and I think when we got there, something else happened. And I think we showed the public our recorded version, which caused conspiracies because there were some mistakes, you know, with lighting and stuff, and some loopholes that some people realized.
And a lot of people saying, like, the flag waving.
Right.
And that
I think that shit is all fake. I think that shit is in a studio.
Okay.
It's no doubt that NASA does lie to us. They've admitted that with their photos of all the fucking space, of all the fucking... everything we see in space, they've admitted that artists digitally update and...
make it look better.
Make it look better and shit, you know? So I totally believe that NASA lies to us, but... The moon landing itself, man, I think it was real. I'm predicting. My guess is we went there, and I'm guessing that some fucking aliens or something else was like, "Good job, turn the fuck around."
Yeah, go back.
Or whatever. Or hey, you're here, let's talk. And then okay, show the public this.
What? Talk about what?
I mean, I don't know. Or maybe we didn't go. I don't know. But I think that it is definitely a conspiracy. Do you want to put it under fact?
I mean, it is a giant conspiracy, so we have to put it under fact in this realm, because we're talking in terms of fact. We're not saying it is true that it did or did not happen. We're saying that
it's a fact that it's a conspiracy
around it is real.
And we're saying lizard people, that's fucked. We don't know if that's a conspiracy or not. And then flat Earth is not a conspiracy.
No.
Fake news. Fake news is not a conspiracy either. That's fucking true.
Well, so then wait, if we're saying it's...
We'll leave true. We'll highlight true here in the yellow.
Well, because that's the thing, right? We went with dinosaurs too, right? So should we take... Nah, we'll leave that on.
Yeah, well, you and I disagree with dinosaurs.
We do. Well, we do a little bit.
So that makes it...
That does make it that.
Do you agree that it is a conspiracy? I mean, then again, have you read anything or watched any fucking videos on it or heard anyone talk about it?
Not in quite some time.
In the conspiracy manner.
So I would say I'd rather I don't know as much as I should, because I haven't heard it in quite some time. So I don't want to be the one that says I know a decent amount when I don't.
I'm trying not to dive in and talk about these conspiracies like I did with aliens at the beginning, because I will not shut the fuck up.
No, that's what we were saying though. Like, right, we could go on for hours about every single one of these, and it's really hard not to.
So we'll leave dinosaurs under.
Leave it right there. That's completely fine with
Fake news is highlighted under yellow. That is fucking true. It's not a conspiracy. The news is fake.
I was like, it doesn't even. That's the thing too. Like, is it?
Same with world oligarchs.
It's just
we
so
don't
quick.
need to put that under. Sorry to
no, you're fine.
cut you off. We don't need to put that under fact. World oligarchs. That is very true. That there exists.
That's the thing with fake news too, though. Like, it's so funny because they so want to get the news out there so quick that you'll just take whatever you hear first and put it as the highlighted giant.
Because it's
headline.
easy, man. It's easy to do.
Easy. I get
it's
it.
very easy to do.
Well, and I get it. I mean, it is easy. It's easy for me to go, yeah, this is bullshit. This is this. This
Right.
is that. It's
Well,
so
people
easy.
also become handicapped when they, when their reality is challenged,
That too.
or when their mortality is challenged.
Well, that too. Right? It's
That got
it,
real, real quick.
Shit got deep.
Well, speaking of real Anunnaki, I think they're real as fuck. I would like to put them under the yellow highlighted of real, but it is a conspiracy.
Okay.
Do you know about the Anunnaki?
That's the one. That earlier when we were looking at, I was like, I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Oh,
So go ahead. No. For
Okay.
our listeners that don't know as well, though, this will be a nice. Just go ahead and give them a small little sample of
Dude,
what.
okay.
If you don't mind.
So
if you
the
don't-
Anunnaki, what the Anunnaki are,
I know, but-
it's about a group of people that exist, of aliens that existed thousands and thousands of years ago. The Egyptians told stories of them.
Oh,
They came from planet Nibiru. They came here. They needed gold for their atmosphere, so they fucked with human beings and fucked with our DNA and made us a slave race, which is why we're obsessed with gold. And then they got the gold that they needed, and then they left. And they went back, and so all the carvings of all the and paintings of all these space guys coming down here way before, and even the Romans pictures, paintings about spacecrafts up there. Apparently, those were like Anunnaki. I don't know about Romans or whatever, but that is the Anunnaki, and there is so much fucking proof out there. Anunnaki stands for from those who from heaven who came.
Okay, so see now I'm hearing things that I've heard before. So I've probably heard about it. I just probably didn't hear the name.
Right.
Anunnaki.
So, what do you think? Fact, fucked, or fiction?
I think that we have to just put that in fact, in terms of that it is a conspiracy and it is something that is discussed about, much more than people realize.
Dude, there's shows, and they're not called the Anunnaki. For example,
of course not. You can't call them by the real name.
Ancient Aliens, 100% about the Anunnaki.
Yeah,
100%.
Okay.
About the Anunnaki.
Dude, I love some of these documentaries that we watch are so. You and I are in the same realm of that. Like I spent years and months and we just tied to a rock basically on my couch watching documentaries.
Yeah, no kidding, man. It's questionable though why a documentary, if it's about conspiracies and if it's true, why it's on a main news network.
Okay, well,
main channel.
You brought up since you brought up the Federal Reserve earlier, it made me think of a movie that I watched that really made me think about a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying that a lot of it was fact or fiction, but it was Zeitgeist.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was the one that really, like, I had a teacher show me that in college. And it was like, why are you showing me this? You're my business teacher. Like, what are you doing? And here I am watching about religion, right? About the Federal Reserve, and about 9/11. And it was just like, holy shit, like, there's a lot of truth in this stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you can talk about that you can't disprove. That's the one that really like exploded the mind.
So that's what Unacknowledged did for me.
Right.
And that's what kind of took me down it. So
right.
yeah, dude, Zeitgeist was there was a follow-up one to it too. I think it said Moving Zeitgeist Forward. It's literally what it was called.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
I think that was on Netflix. I watched like the second one following up with it, and it was almost just as good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm into it.
So let's grab another one here. Let's take Bigfoot.
Let's take him.
What do you think?
I think the conspiracy of Bigfoot is real, in fact.
Yeah. Do you think Bigfoot is real?
I think Bigfoot is real. I think you can't disprove Bigfoot. I think that some of the people who have claimed to see Bigfoot may not be real.
Yeah.
Right? Because some people want attention.
There's definitely a lot of bullshit.
And
Bigfoot
there's a lot of bullshit
out there.
around him. Yeah.
But I think Bigfoot's real. I think we should leave him alone. Again, we've had to talk about this on an episode.
He can hang out in the Pacific North. Like, there's so much forest to say.
Hang out, bro.
He can hang out anywhere in that forest, and we'd never know.
You know, maybe these forest fires started from our military just trying to fucking kill his ass.
You know,
and he's just a fucking ninja.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
He's Bigfoot, dude. And he's like, oh, and we just can't get him, and we're just fucking up our
Well, right, that's the thing about Bigfoot, too. Like, we say Bigfoot in the Northwest, they say Yeti in Asia.
Right.
So, there's lots of different things. Like, the Himalayas and all these. Like, they haven't explored all of the Himalayas.
Yeah.
Sure, fly up there in a helicopter, but like watch the wind like take that helicopter out that way, or.
So what are we gonna do with Obama?
Well, what conspiracy about Obama?
Well,
which one?
I guess
there was a billion about him.
The conspiracy would be that when he got in the government, he came in with good intentions, but the
like a lot of people.
corrupt system that is in control, the shadow government, got to him.
I can't say that's not true. That happens to a lot of politicians. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
They go in with good intentions.
Someone part of the resistance, a Jedi probably, and the dark side fucking got to him.
You can see like
I don't know
tried
if it was by choice or not.
He tried really hard, dude, to stay away, but he still took money.
Well, dude, ultimately he did. I think he understood. He also has a He has a much more important role to play.
Well, he's
the first African American.
That's what I mean.
He had to fulfill that role more importantly than the fucking role of president.
Very much.
You know, and I think that majority of Americans, I think, would agree with that. And so, you know, what's going to go down in history, President Obama? He would rather be liked than honestly make good decisions in office.
I think he had to.
And it's sometimes making good decisions in office is not the way to get liked.
I think he had to do it the way that he had to do it.
So yeah, hats off to him. He was a cool president. He definitely knows how to talk to the people.
He made some decent decisions.
I am not
all decent.
down with him politically, actually at all.
Okay,
but I dig him. I like him. I like hearing him. I think he's motivational. I like his mindset.
He's always been motivational.
I like his mindset, but I disagree with his calling, and I think that his calling is not all him.
I think if he would have been able to do the things he wanted to do in terms of himself.
Yes.
Himself. Because if you watch what he did in Chicago, you don't do those things in Chicago.
He couldn't afford to be
He couldn't afford to take risks.
Monster like Trump.
He couldn't afford to take risks.
Trump can't. Trump doesn't give a fuck about what people think of him, and that's what's needed for a president right now to go give a big punch to the shadow government. And Obama got in and he's like, well, fuck. Do I fight the resistance, or do I represent the first African American president of the United States?
Right. Well, and he had no choice. If he goes, some people say if he acts black, if it's gonna go off into the rails or whatever. But if he acts like who he normally was, it's not going to work out because people are going to call race on him being too black.
I think any person who becomes a president.
Right. You're playing everything. You're so political about every decision you make.
Man, you're the president. You're the equivalent of what, in history goes down as like an emperor or a king.
The most powerful person, right? They tell you every time that you become
president, no control.
The leader of the free world.
Yeah, that has no control.
I know, but that's what they say. Like, well, so how do you... So how is there a leader of the free world anyway, right? You're free. So why do you have one leader? That doesn't make any sense anyway. If we're going to be honest.
Yeah, and we've been discussing how the world is not free.
Yeah, so okay, we can throw that in fact then. That it is a conspiracy that he might have been got to. And that's why he changed his ways.
We will put it under fact.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right, what else we got here?
Dragons.
Dragons.
Grab dragons.
Dragons, what do you think?
I'm not sure on dragons at all.
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure on dragons.
I don't know where that came from.
I mean, I see Komodo dragons. They call them Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragons are bad as fuck.
But do they breathe fire? Like, is that the dragon they were talking about?
Do you think dragons used to exist? Dude, another reason why I believe in the lizard people. There's questions about the fucking dinosaur bones. There's this carvings of Egyptians things with the fucking reptilian looking like people, and then there's the Asians talk about the dragons.
They do.
Those are probably the same things.
Forever, they've always talked about dragons.
They were probably the same things, dude. I believe that. I don't think they were dinosaurs. I don't think they were lizard people. I think there's an alien race that probably evolutionized into a what is it? What do they call it? Stage 1 or type 1 civilization. We're a type 0 civilization. They probably evolutionized to a type 1 civilization and fucking ditched Earth. We're here later on, and the Anunnaki were like, hey, we need some gold.
I see, so there you go. Like, so tying that in, right? Like, so that's to say they're the type 1, they're the advanced race that knows these things, to where the Bigfoot and Yeti and all those things that are different in other areas would be the subspecies of so to say, and we're in the middle, so... That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. All right, I'm into that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm into that. That's where... to say that's wrong is
doesn't it make
preposterous.
more sense than what we've been told? It could be wrong. It could be completely wrong.
No, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, which makes it what?
I don't know. Dragons, you know what? For now, putting under fiction, man.
I'm
Because
with it.
dragons are not a conspiracy.
No.
We can make it a conspiracy. I think
They're in
everything is a
legend.
Conspiracy. I think everything is a conspiracy. I think the
Right.
fucking toaster in my kitchen right now is a conspiracy, dude. But
It's listening to me.
we are going to put it under fiction.
All right, I'm into it.
All right. Moving forward, JFK.
Now, which part of
We're
JFK?
pressing for time, by the way.
Yeah.
The
His death.
conspiracy-
Let's just go around his death. That's the main one.
Yeah, his death.
His death is a fact in terms of it's
yes,
a
it was a
conspiracy.
conspiracy. The government even admitted it. We're putting that under.
It
fact.
has to be.
We're moving forward.
Yeah, has to be. Yeah, we want to move quickly out of that one.
Atlantis.
Oh, Jesus. Atlantis, man, that's a crazy one.
I don't know shit about Atlantis. That's a rabbit hole I'm just about to dive into.
Yeah, right. Atlantis, right? Like advanced race, so to say, but they were humans, but they were advanced past everyone else. Kind of like how the Egyptians were advanced at their time.
Probably Anunnaki.
Right, and so all of a sudden, a massive flood takes the city of Atlantis and destroys it, floods it underwater for forever, and no one's ever been able to find it.
It's crazy.
So we can put that under fucked right now because we don't know a lot about it,
Yeah.
and I'm into that just because we don't know a lot about it.
Well, under fucked we have lizard people, and I don't want to put Atlantis into the same category.
oh, shit,
as
I
lizard
don't wanna
people,
do that
so
either.
we'll put it under fact. It's
Okay,
definitely a conspiracy.
It is definitely a conspiracy. It's
Yeah.
been talked about for years.
But we'll put that. We'll italicize that. We'll
Yeah.
italicize that one.
Italicized.
Got a little list here.
I'm
It's
into it.
on Google Sheets.
Google.
It's gonna work out nice for us.
Google. You mean Lugal.
With a little bit of color.
Lugal.
All right.
Time travel.
Ooh, that's one on here.
No, time travel. Damn, I didn't even
Dude.
think about that.
Yeah.
So right then, hot tub time machine.
Yep. Time travel. What do you think? Does it exist? Is it a conspiracy?
Again, taking smart minds. Smart minds have said that it is not out of the realm of possibility to move forward in time. They have not said anything about moving backward.
Because you have to follow the law of time, and the
Yes.
law of time is forward.
Yes. So, moving backward, no. But moving forward, it is a possibility.
I agree with you 100%, so let's put it under fact that it's conspiracy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
And again, I delegate to the smart minds.
Yep, the smart minds.
The scientists,
The smart minds.
yes.
What do you think of Michio Kaku?
Michio Kaku?
Michio Kaku.
I like Michio.
Michio's I like
I like him.
that his
You know
I
where-
like that his faith, not his faith, but his logic turned. He was like, no, he used to think that there was not a higher being,
Yeah.
like a creator, and now he does due to quantum science or quantum physics,
Right?
and
And
due
he's
to string theory.
now he's a theoretical physicist, for those who
Yes.
don't know, which he deals in theory,
Yes.
which he has to dive into that.
He
And
will go down in history
he will
as
go into rabbit holes.
What's his name? Come on.
philosopher.
Einstein.
Ooh.
He will go down in history as an Einstein.
Okay.
He was named smartest man in New York City
Okay.
when he was living in New York.
There you go. I mean, it makes sense.
Anyways,
Anyway, he's a smart dude.
Ghost.
Ghosts. Interesting.
Those are very real. I
Yeah.
don't think that's even a conspiracy.
No, I mean it doesn't matter what you believe in terms of things. Like if you believe in like performance, I kid you not. Right, random one. All right, I got some friends who might have performed a séance on a house,
Yeah.
trying to create barriers to keep a ghost out because this ghost was haunting the household. Now, I mean, when I say
Well,
that,
sucks.
yeah, when I say that, I mean legitimately. Like, girl was going to sleep upstairs. They had a camera on room. Door was always shut when she went to bed. Door was wide open when she was awake. In terms of closet doors to her toys and stuff.
Oh,
Okay, so
freaky.
dad one night throws a chair in front of it, props up a chair against it. Next morning, chair's flown across the room. Doors are wide open. Okay, so now like you hear
Yeah.
stuff running around. No one's home. You hear someone running up and down the stairs. No one's home. Normal
That's
type.
creepy shit.
Yeah, right. So they performed
Yeah.
seance, put barriers all up and down, all up around the house. Well, they apparently locked the kid inside the house. It was a kid. Had to be a kid ghost, like running around playing all the time. Kid you not, I
Really?
was in that house. Scared the crap out of me.
You were in there?
I've been in that house. It scared the crap out of me.
Really?
Yeah, after they put the barrier in, too, it got worse.
So, what do you mean their barrier locked this ghost in the house?
So, like, I
love this shit, dude. I fucking love this
Now, I
creepy
wasn't
shit.
there when they performed the seance and put the barriers down, but basically, right, there's these chants and all these different types of things to put barriers in. They were trying to keep the ghost out of the house. Okay? They were trying to push the ghost out of the house. Now, what they did, though, is they performed the barrier all around the house and trapped the ghost inside the house, according to them.
Okay.
So now, like, if you're hanging out downstairs,
go with that.
you're hearing the running around upstairs. Like, oh, are there kids home? No, the kids are all downstairs. Why the hell am I hearing stuff running around upstairs? Why did the closet door open? Right? Why did the door shut?
So they're just gonna deal with it?
So
You're telling me?
Oh no, they moved.
Oh, they moved.
They straight moved. Like within 3 months, they were out. See ya.
Yeah. So okay, but you're telling me, so these people moved because they essentially locked their keys in their car.
Essentially, that is one of the big proponents of why they moved.
That's like giving up your car because you locked the keys in it and you realize you can never get them out.
Yes, that is one of the main reasons they moved. Like, I'm out of
here.
here. I'm done
They
dealing
locked a
with
ghost in their house.
I'm done with it. I'm out.
On accident, thinking the ghost was outside.
They were trying to help. They were trying to do the best they could, get the ghost out of the house.
Right.
And it didn't work. It went the other way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting, dude.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Oh, yeah. And,
I love fucking stories like that, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Chemtrails.
Ooh.
What do you think? Chemtrails.
Now, I'm with
Dude, I'm with fucking nuts over this
I'm with Rogan on that one, though.
What's your Rogan's take?
Rogan. Well, the last time I heard Rogan talk about it, it's been a couple years since I heard Rogan talk about it. Rogan said no way.
Aristotle projection, something like that.
Rogan said no way.
No way. What?
No way there were chemtrails.
What about them?
He said they weren't real. He said you can't. It's hard to tell me that one's real just because of.
What do you mean real?
Like that planes are releasing atmospheric poisons or whatever.
Well, no, I don't know what they are. It's real.
Now,
they exist. You look up in the sky and you see them.
You see the trails.
So what is it?
Right now, to him at the time, he's saying, and I'm with him on it. If they're flying that fast, right, and they're producing and they're cutting through the air and stuff, maybe it's mainly probably water vapor, and it's not clouds, but it's like the remnants of like small clouds.
Still, what's in that water vapor?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't know.
Because this fucking vape that I'm fucking hitting right here smells good and looks harmless.
Right. Now, that's where I'm at.
No one can tell me if it is or if it isn't.
That's where I'm at. That's where I don't know. That's where I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think we don't know what is up in the sky, and I honestly think that whatever it is that are part of these chemtrails, I don't think they know either. I think they're experimenting. I don't think they're poisoning the population I don't know. I don't think it's any of that shit. I think if they wanted to do that, they would do that, and they would do it in a way where we wouldn't know.
Oh, it'd be easy.
I
just
think
like
this
put some in
is
a burger.
blatant experimenting, and they've been getting away with it. But now you look and it's like, hey, aren't we past that? Shouldn't that not be in the sky? And dude, I have filmed it before. I counted 11. 11 in one fucking parking lot, dude.
Damn.
And it was in fucking. I'm not gonna say where.
In a parking lot.
It was in Silverdale,
Okay.
Washington.
Okay.
Washington State. And I was there and I fucking filmed it. It was like, really? I counted 11 of them.
That's
dude,
not
and
far
all
away
the time,
from the base.
All the time. I would see them in the morning, or I'd see them the night before, and then the next morning it'd be cloudy. And they could be trying to fix fucking climate change.
Right.
It could be harmless. It could be good shit. We could want this experiment to be happening. It's kind of like, what about when they were coming up with the atom bomb, right? It stopped a war. We didn't know that they were doing it, and good thing we didn't know. That's honestly some business I don't think that we should have.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're stopping the war in this case, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in this instance, hey, we don't know if this fucking climate change. There's still people out there that are like, well, I don't know. And
it snowed yesterday. I have a snowball.
I mean, anyone can spin it in any direction. But,
okay.
Man,
so we can say it's the fact that it's. We don't know
what they are.
We can. Okay, so let's just put it in fuck then.
Fucked.
Yeah, because we don't know.
We don't know. Just like lizard people.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
There's a lot there.
Fluoride in the water. Fact.
It's been proven.
Fiat.
Right? We've seen it in places.
Yep. The Clinton crime family.
I thought we did that one.
Where did we put it?
I don't even remember.
That's a fact.
I told you I didn't know enough about it myself.
All right. We'll put.
But that was me.
No, it's a that's a no. I'm putting it.
You put it where you want.
I'm putting it under fact.
All right.
That it is a conspiracy.
Yes.
Skinwalkers.
That's the one you told me you started talking.
Those
to me about.
are creepy. That shit is fucking terrifying. I'm just gonna say that. That shit's so fucking scary. We're putting that under fact.
And then the biggie.
The last one, 9/11.
That the conspiracy.
The conspiracy
is a fact. That people have a giant conspiracy.
Do you think it was an inside job?
It's tough. It's tough on both sides to argue either way, because on either side you're gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt feelings as well, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, right, I still feel I'm not sure what all happened on that day. And I remember that day. Like, I remember where I was.
Yeah, I remember vividly, too.
I remember what I was doing.
The minute I woke up.
Yeah, the minute I woke up, I started hearing about it. And then I was young, right? So I went to the bus stop. Started waiting for the bus. And one of the kids at our bus stop was listening to it on the radio. And then he's telling us play by play. Oh, and then the second tower goes down. And it was just like, what? Like, I was like 11, I think. Like, what the hell do
bizarre.
I do?
Yeah.
So, I don't want to hurt anyone. I'll say that definitely it's a fact in terms of there's conspiracy around it.
There is a conspiracy around it.
We have many 9/11 truthers.
We'll talk about it more on the Pacific Experience podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We will have an episode about it. You know, I noticed that a lot of podcasts out there don't talk about 9/11. It's something that I think has been screamed about on Netflix and on YouTube, but I've kind of realized in the podcast community that they don't talk. They do talk about it, but they don't show it. They don't dive in like they do with aliens, like they do with Bigfoot, Anunnaki, whatever the fuck else. Anything else they'll talk about, but they don't talk about 9/11, and I think that's for obvious reasons. But we will say it is a conspiracy.
I was like, probably for what I just said, right? You don't want to hurt. You don't want to hurt anyone. You don't want to do this.
The victims of that terrible historical tragedy are still very much alive and in running the world and intact with life right now.
Definitely.
So that's why that's something we don't go and fucking blow whistles.
It is definitely tough
because regardless, what is not fact or fiction, what is fact, were the lives that were lost.
Yes,
and we all know that. Anyways. Enough about 9/11. That is a conspiracy. But what we came to an agreement with that exist are world oligarchs, fake news, and ghost. And then what is fiction?
And then what is fiction? Flat Earth and dragons. I mean, flat Earth. That's automatic. Like, it's not flat. Stop
it. It's
Stop
not
it.
flat.
It's
and
not
dragons. Flat. Dragons. You know what? Fake.
They're giant lizards.
What's fucked? Lizard people. We don't know. Same with chemtrails.
Just no idea. Not sure.
And we'll sound off here with a good old what's fact. These are the conspiracies that we've agreed that are, conspiracies. And that we do not know the truth about. Aliens, dinosaurs, Vatican crimes, the Matrix reality idea.
Yeah, moon landing. We got Anunnaki, Bigfoot, Obama.
JFK, Atlantis.
Time travel.
Fluoride in the water.
Some skinwalkers.
The Clinton crime family.
And 9/11.
Yep.
That's what I mean. And again, we're missing tons, I'm sure. But we could talk about each of those topics for hours.
Yeah, man. I think we really could. But let me ask you this, man. Is there? We've definitely crunched on that time.
We have.
Before we kind of take on this outro, is there anything you want to say to the guests and the listeners out there? Or
hey, we appreciate you guys. It's again like Austin said last week. Like we talk shit regardless. We talk shop anyway, and it's just nicer that some people want to listen to that. Like we're gonna do this regardless. But now we have mics and people want to talk. Maybe we'll listen to it. That's awesome. We can't. We appreciate it. That's all we can say.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming and being here. And listeners out there, thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 17. And next week, we're actually going to be going back and talking about some previous things we've talked about and talk about the new stuff. Give you a little update. That's what we're going to do. So tune in for episode 18 next week. And it'll be exciting. So you can also check us out at PacXpodcast.com. Please check us out on the website. Give us some feedback on the Facebook, on the Twitter. I don't know. Fuck Twitter. Honestly, fuck Twitter.
Shut up on you, Facebook.
Same with YouTube. I mean, we have it on YouTube. If you're listening to podcasts on YouTube, there's no visual. There's a couple of them for like the interviews and stuff, but go and check it out. Give us some feedback. Let us know. Send us some stories, information. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's late.
Thank you.
Happy August. Let the smoke go away.
Yes.
This is PacX. We'll see you next week. Shookity.